So tornadoes and thunderstorm is mentioned. ठीक है. Similarly, cyclone is also mentioned in your NCERT. But what UPSC is asking, UPSC is not asking what is this thunderstorm. Rather, what it has asked what is twister. But I'm telling you guys, this human is equally important. If I have to analyze, again, I have done the analysis from which part the UPSC is asking question, whether it is a physical mode or human mode. You will see equal, or sometimes human questions from human geography are more asked as compared to the physical geography. So never miss this human geography, because these things will be in the news. That is why UPSC is also asking question. So what you have to make your standard source first is NCERT. You follow the concepts that are there, but at the same time you have to keep on updated yourself about all those concepts that are mentioned there.
I started my full-fledged preparation after I joined the Ultimate Assessment Program at Civils Daily.
There is a 12-month strategy which I have done on Civils Daily platform only.
I reached out to the Civils Daily team.
Civils Daily.
Current affairs में Civils Daily.
Civils Daily.
Civils Daily.
With Civils Daily.
Civils Daily.
Civils Daily. Civils Daily.
To Civils Daily.
Civils Daily. Civils Daily.
Civils Daily.
Civils Daily.
Civils Daily.
A mentorship program of Civils Daily, and that did help me a lot.
Okay, everyone. So, good evening. So, we have this webinar in which we are going to discuss about how you should link NCERTs with current affairs. Fine. So, first of all, let's see this, the first slide. So, how we are going to approach this entire webinar and what are the things that I'll be discussing, a brief introduction about everything. So first of all, I'll be taking some of the topics from NCERT, and I'll be showing you that these topics have come in your UPSC mains examination, and how they are at the same time they are also related with the current affairs. Fine. And at the same time, like, even if we are knowing that this was the part of current affair, sometimes we are not able to solve those questions because UPSC might change the name. Like, we are familiar with some of the names, like cyclones, like tornadoes, like fertility rate, like other things. But what UPSC is doing, UPSC is not asking that common name. Rather, it is changing the name, and then they are asking the question. So how to deal with such question? And fourth part of this webinar will be like how we should make a difference from the other who are writing the mains in our answer writing. So in this way, we are going to approach this. So basically, this webinar will be focusing on the triangle that is existing, that is the NCERT, and how you should relate the NCERT with the current affairs, and then what are the standard sources that you must be following. Fine. And at the end, we will also be discussing about the how you should make a difference while making a note. So first of all, let's start with the physical geography thing. I will be discussing few very important topics, and I'll be showing you what UPSC is asking and how UPSC is asking and how you should look this NCERTs. That becomes very important. So let's see this particular topic, that is thunderstorm. So meanwhile, I'll be also checking your questions. Okay, so we'll be taking these questions later, guys. Let me first complete this entire thing, then we will be discussing the questions. Fine. So see this topic, that is thunderstorm. Now, if you see the NCERT, you might be seeing it here. This particular, this chapter, this paragraph I have taken from NCERT, from Fundamentals of Physical Geography, that is class 11th book. Fine. So tornadoes and thunderstorm is mentioned. Okay. Similarly, cyclone is also mentioned in your NCERT. But what UPSC is asking, UPSC is not asking what is this thunderstorm. Rather, what it has asked what is twister. Okay. And why are the majority of twisters observed in the area around the Gulf of Mexico? Now you will be seeing every year in the Gulf of Mexico area, every year, like tornadoes and these thunderstorms are coming every year, and it is killing a lot of people. It creates lots of devastation as well. Okay. Now, when you see these tornadoes will also be vary in its speed, in its strength. तो उनकी भी category होती है, just like your cyclone. Tornadoes also have the categories. Now, if you see these thunderstorm or tornadoes, इसकी category है weak, strength, moderate, and then strength. So the weak category tornadoes, which are not properly developed, they are termed as twisted. Now, how these twisters are developing, you see the location of this Gulf of Mexico, especially during the early summer and during the spring season. what happens? The cold wind from the Canada area, it is coming around the warm wind from the Gulf of Mexico area. Now, when the mixing is going, this warm air and the cold air, there will be sudden updraft. So lots of updraft is going there, and then there's a lot of cloud formation, and that is why it creates lots of cumulonimbus clouds, the hues twirl that you will see, and that is called as twister. So what I'm trying to say is that this is part of NCERT, but at the same time this is also a part of your current affair. It keeps on coming, है ना? हर साल आप देखोगे it is there in the news. So this I have taken from the news. Now again, why they are changing the name? So if you have this habit of reading from some standard sources, there you will see the change. There they are asking, say for example, ये जो मैंने नीचे एक news लिया है, so sifting twister. So this is from the sciencescholar.com. Fine. Now these words might not be very familiar. अभी क्या है कि आप इतने सारे coaching institutes हैं, once this keyword has come, now you will be getting to know, because they have known the question, and now they are making you understand that this is twister, this is tornado. But initially when it was not popular, अभी जब ये exam में आया नहीं है, तब आप कैसे prepare करोगे, है ना? So what you need to do is that you have to have some standard source where you can also refer to these popular terms. ठीक है? Now I will be showing you some another topics. Say for example, see here. So this is the probable area which I am talking about. This has not come yet. Hydrothermal vent, if you see, again, fundamentals of human geography, there we have a chapter called plate tectonics. है ना? Now in the plate tectonic chapter, you have also studying about the different boundaries. One is convergent boundaries, one is divergent boundaries, and the transform boundaries. Now in the divergent boundary, when the plates are diverting apart, a lot of magma is coming out, and in the process of this divergence, a lot of water is also going inside. So that is a concept of hydrothermal vent, which you will see, which is actually part of NCERT. But now why this is in news? This is in news right now. Why? Because in the deep sea ocean mission, which is under the Ministry of Earth Sciences, आप देखेंगे कि वहां पे इंडियन ओशन में अभी बहुत ही deepest hydrothermal vent has been found. Now it becomes important that you must be knowing what are these hydrothermal vent, how they are formed, and if there are any other popular name which we are not aware of. So this is very popular. Hydrothermal vent is very popular, but you might not be aware of the another names. So again, you go to any popular source, you will also be knowing that black smokers and white smokers, these hydrothermal vents, they are also known as white smoker and black smokers, which is not very popular, which is not very familiar to all of us. Right. So what I'm trying to say is that NCERT definitely, because they are picking the topic from the NCERT, plus these topics that are from NCERT, they are also linked with the current affairs. Plus what UPSC is wanting you, that you have some additional information, additional names that are there, that is popular in the research world, है ना? वो आपको मालूम होनी चाहिए. So this is the another news which I have discussed. Fine. Let's go ahead. Let's see some of the more topics. Now cyclones. Cyclones, this, you will be studying this from ample of resources, lot of institutes, everybody, they will be telling you how the cyclones are formed, what is the difference between tropical cyclone and the temperate cyclone. But what they are not giving the information is about the current thing that are going. So these cyclones are very popular, right? आपको मैंने दिखाया कि cyclone is there in the NCERT. But at the same time, UPSC is not asking how the cyclones are forming. What UPSC is asking, see, what UPSC is asking this. So say for example, in a particular newspaper, they have in the India Today, in the Indian Express, in the Hindu, when the cyclones will be going, they will keep on publishing about the criteria which they follow, about the different color coding of cyclones. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे अगर आप ये न्यूज देखेंगे, यहाँ पे color codes used by IMD. This was very popular that time, 2021 and 2022. Throughout, they are keep on giving about the color coding of cyclones, which generally we don't see it. So what I am saying is that, again, along with the current affair NCERT, what you have to do, you have to check on the news that are circulating around those topics. That becomes very important. तो ये यूपीएससी ने पूछा था, और यूपीएससी ने क्या पूछा? यूपीएससी ने ये भी पूछा कि how these cyclones are named, which I have separately made a proper video on cyclone that you can check on YouTube also. That is free for everyone. You can check from there. Now, what are the probable areas that you can expect from the cyclone? So Dana, Dana आपने सुना होगा, this was the land-based deep depression which was created around this Gujarat area. So cyclones, we generally know that these are formed on the ocean. It requires some amount of temperature to be formed, right? जो low pressure develop होता है, उसके बाद जो धीरे धीरे वो circulation start होता है, upper level circulation and all these things. So that is there, that was there, but this was unique this time. Why? Because this was a land-based cyclone. A depression was formed, a low pressure was formed on the land, not on the sea. And that is why this Dana was popular. Now, this was also popular. Why? Because nearby the mid-latitude area, there was a vast cyclonic-like formation. It was not exactly a cyclone. आप उसको cyclone नहीं बोल सकते हैं. That was a special type of weather phenomena, which they named as a Dana. So Dana दोनों तरफ से आप देख लो. One, it is related to here, Indian cyclone, which we have named, and Dana, that mid-latitude special occurrence, climatic occurrence. So in this way, you have to relate. So these things will keep on, will there be in the news. So you have to interrelate. You have to understand what is the expectation of UPSC, what exactly UPSC is asking. Fine. Okay. Now let's see. Let's take some examples from human geography. That was the example from physical geography. Now I'll be taking some of the example from human geography as well. Now see this question. Not many years ago, river linking was a concept, but it is becoming a reality in the country. Discuss the advantages of river linking and its possible impact on the environment. This was the one question which is asking about what? It is asking about river linking. Now see the another question. The interlinking of rivers can provide a viable solution to the multi-dimensional interrelated problems of drought, flood, and interrupted navigation. So these are the two questions which you will see that it is a part of what? River linking area. Now again, definitely you will tell me that, ma'am, this is, this is the portion which is from the current affairs. But what if, again, I will show you these two books, very important books with respect to the concept that they are mentioning. That is India, People and Economy and Fundamentals of Human Geography. That generally we tend to, ignore these two books. We will read physical one, but we will ignore this human one. But I'm telling you guys, this human is equally important. If I have to analyze, again, I have done the analysis from which part the UPSC is asking question, whether it is a physical more or human more. You will see equal, or sometimes questions from human geography are more asked as compared to the physical geography. So never miss this human geography part. Okay. Now, if you see, yes, Ajit, I will be dealing with the questions later. First, discuss this entire PPT and then we will have a conversation. Fine. Now, if you see this India, People and Economy and Fundamentals of Human Geography, it has a very important chapter called Water Resources. Now, in the Water Resources chapter, they are discussing about a lot of things. They have discussed about watershed management. They are talking about, waterways. They are also talking about important navigation channel, rain harvesting system. So again, water resource and water management becomes a very important topic from which you can expect a question from UPSC. The first is NCERT. Now, the second is, because these things will be in the news, that is why UPSC is also asking question. So what you have to make your, standard source. First is NCERT. You follow the concepts that are there. But at the same time, you have to keep on updated yourself about all those concepts that are mentioned there. ठीक है. अब ये जो आप केन बेतवा लिंक प्रोजेक्ट देख रहे हो, this is the first time that we are having this successful introduction or the launching of this केन बेतवा link project. We'll have to check whether it is going to be, benefited or it is going to impact. But what you have to see with respect to this project, now this is a topic which is a part of NCERT, basic का part है, पर आपको कैसे update करना है खुद को, है ना? तो पहली चीज आप इसमें देखेंगे, you will also see the history. What is the history behind these types of project? If they have mentioned a particular, a particular personality who is involved, that also becomes important when you are writing an answer. You can name them. That will fetch you extra marks. Okay. Now, second is what? Second is the geography of Ken Betwa. Now, if you see the geography of Ken Betwa, we all know this is the, central India and especially the Madhya Pradesh region. And these two rivers are the tributaries of Yamuna, which is finally the tributary of Ganga. Fine. Now, again, in the Ken Betwa, what is the origin? What exactly the location where it is originating? That becomes important. Now, the dams. Because this is in the news right now. So the dams on these rivers which will be built becomes equally important. Say, for example, Daudhan Dam, जो कि केन river पे बनाया जा रहा है. ठीक है. The another important dam is called Lower Aur Dam. So Aur is again a river. It is a tributary of Betwa. So these things becomes important for your prelims, but for mains equally it is important. ठीक है. Now preparing a topic, I was talking about how you should prepare these types of topic. So what you will do, introduction, you must be prepared with, say for example, this is a very big news right now, है ना? So you must be prepared with a very precise introduction about this project. Now after that, what you have to see, the historical background, because this is related to a location, so geography becomes equally important. You have to definitely know about the geography. Then what will be the possible, advantages and the impacts on the environment, that is also very important. As you see the question which is asked initially, ये दो क्वेश्चन है, ये यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन है, एक 2017 में आया है और एक 2021 में आया है, ठीक है. Now both these questions are directly, indirectly, it is related to what is the impact of such river project. ठीक है. Now again you must be having a balanced approach, balanced opinion, because these things quite sometimes it goes quite debatable. So you must be having a balanced approach. You must not pick any extreme. ठीक है. Now what I was talking, that how you can create a difference while writing such answers, है ना. अब आप ये देखिए, so how you will have to create a difference. So you have, see, everyone is writing the general statement. You will ask anyone what could be the impact of Ken Betwa. Everyone will say what? They will say कि there will be displacement, there will be loss on the biodiversity, impact on biodiversity, there will be submergence, and everything they will talking about. But you have to be particular. So what I am saying is that a general statement with a specific examples. Fine. So for example, if you're talking about displacement of families, so where exactly, how many exactly? So if you see the news, they have rightly mentioned that approximately 5,000 families in Chhatarpur district and 1,400 families in the Panna district will be displaced due to the launch, due to the construction of this project. Now, again, we know that there will be some climatic change, there will be some, ecosystem change. So land, atmosphere, interplay, and feedback. Now, how exactly? So there was one research by the IIT Bombay where they were saying that there will be a rainfall deficit of around 12% in that area, in that Panna Tiger Reserve wala area. Okay, so again, you are writing a general statement, but you are giving a specific example from that location. ठीक है. Now submergence में भी कहाँ का submergence? It is said that the Panna area, it is definitely going to submerge around 98 square kilometer of Panna National Park. Fine, which will be, which is a great area that is going to be submerged. And one very important part about this Panna National Park, if you see, वहां से Ken River जो है, Ken River is passing from that particular Panna National Park. Also, tiger got locally extinct from that tiger reserve around 2003 or 2013. I'm not exactly memorizing the exact date, but it was around 2003 or 2013. Tigers went locally extinct. So what they did the reintroduction of tiger. Now it is a successful example of the reintroduction. So if you are launching such a scheme, won't it impact that reintroduction of tiger? है ना? So that is also a question. Now, impact on biodiversity, how it is going to impact the entire biodiversity, that is also a big question. Again, if you go to the downstream, यहाँ पे suppose आपने dam built कर लिया near the Panna Tiger Reserve, वहीं पे Dodhan Dam create किया जा रहा है. Within this Panna Tiger Reserve, there will be Dodhan Dam. Fine. So when this river is coming, the water is coming, it is definitely going to impact the downstream biodiversity, which includes घड़ियाल sanctuary जो है, फिर जो vulture की जो nesting points है, definitely it is going to impact that. Fine. Then again, you can also question about the project viability, economic viability of this project. How much of amount that is invested, how much of an amount is invested in such big type of project, whether it is viable for a longer term, whether it is sustainable to invest such a bigger amount by seeing all these problems, all these impacts. Fine. So we have to look on each and every aspect. And in this way, you have to make a difference while writing an answer. General statement सभी लिखते हैं, पर आपको specific होना है with respect to the examples that you are quoting. Everyone will write this, but what will make a change in your answer is these points. Fine. Now, let's see some other topics as well. The migration. ठीक है. Migration, again, this is the NCERT. Migration in both the human geography book, Fundamentals of Human Geography, and the India People and Economy, there is a dedicated chapter which is known as migration. So migration mein, if you go and see, they are discussing about the types, causes, and the consequences. Here itself you will see in the introduction of this chapter, the heading आप देख लो, consequences भी लिखा हुआ है ना. तो migration becomes important. Now UPSC has asked question about this. Discuss the changes in the trends of labor migration within and outside India in the last 4 decades. ठीक है. Now, if you see the recently, there was a EAC PM report that was number of domestic migrants estimated to have lowered by 12%. Now, what I'm saying is that migration is there in the NCERT. But at the same time, this particular news becomes important as it is released, seeing the question that is also asked in UPSC. Fine. अभी क्या देखा गया है कि there's a shift in the trend of the migration that is done in done in India. So what is that change? So initially people were migrated to bigger cities like Maharashtra, like Andhra Pradesh from the quite long distance. Say for example, people from Bihar migrating to Maharashtra, migrating to Andhra Pradesh in search of work. Fine. But now this trend is shifting. ठीक है. तो अभी क्या देखा जा रहा है, मेजर माइग्रेंट स्टेट्स जो है, आउटबाउंड इज फ्रॉम वेयर पीपल आर गोइंग, दैट फ्रॉम वेयर पीपल आर एमिग्रेटिंग, जहां से वो जा रहे हैं. आउटबाउंड इज उत्तर प्रदेश, महाराष्ट्र, आंध्र प्रदेश, बिहार. इनबाउंड स्टेट्स आर महाराष्ट्र, उत्तर प्रदेश, आंध्र प्रदेश एंड वेस्ट बंगाल. देयर इज आल्सो डिक्रीज इन डोमेस्टिक माइग्रेशन. ठीक है. If you see the trend, now the people are not migrating for the longer distance, rather they are migrating for the shorter distance. जो आसपास के शहर है ना, वहां पे माइग्रेट कर रहे हैं. They are not preferring to migrate to the bigger cities. Why? The reasons could be many. Say for example, हो सकता है in Maharashtra there's a lot of intervening opportunities like high cost है ना, high living rents, and maybe the culture. People are not they are not preferring to migrate to such locations where people have that tendency to discriminate that ये हमारे state का नहीं है. ठीक है. Also the distance, also the opportunities now that is available in the smaller cities. ठीक है. बिहार के आसपास भी, say for example, let's take कोलकाता. आसपास के areas में there are lots of cluster that is forming now. So rather migrating to a bigger distance, now people are migrating to the shorter distance. ठीक है. Because everybody loves to remain, they want to be with their family, nearby with the family. ठीक है. So this entire trend of migration is changing. Now how again, there's a whole lot of data in this particular news, in particular in this report. Now how you can differentiate, आप अपने आंसर को कैसे differentiate कर सकते हो, है ना. So what I'm saying is that whenever you are seeing these topics, you have to have some reference from the standard source or some theories. Now say for example, if I am writing an answer and I have quoted some theories, say for example migration की अगर अब मैं बात करूं, you have push and pull theory of Lee, push and pull, Lee की push and pull theory है. Then there's also Ravenstein theory of law of migration. What is Ravenstein theory of law of migration? That whenever there will be migration, there will be series of counter migration, and family will not tend to migrate for shorter distance. Family tends to migrate to longer distance, and mostly male members of the family will migrate for longer distance. ठीक है. तो ये Ravenstein की law of migration है. Similarly, we have different theories like Stauffer's intervening opportunities. What is Stauffer intervening opportunities? Like migration is directly proportional to the opportunities that you will have on the destination cities, and it is inversely proportional to the intervening opportunities. मतलब जितनी ज़्यादा intervening opportunities है, many a times you don't migrate. Why? Suppose say for example Delhi is very polluted in some of the months, so you don't feel like migrating to Delhi. ठीक है. तो that is a intervening opportunity. Similarly, if government policy is not favoring labor, then that is also intervening opportunities. तो migration वही होगा जहां पे opportunities होंगी, but it is also inversely proportional to intervening opportunities. Fine. Now there's another very important law of gravitation that is based on Newton's law. कि जितनी ज्यादा bigger cities है उतना ज्यादा attraction है, more and how far they are, it is inversely proportional to the migration. Then again, there's a very important law that is called as Jansky's mobility theory. What is Jansky mobility theory? That migration will occur in transition, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. So Jansky has related this migration with the demographic transition model. See guys, I am not saying all these out of nowhere. It's actually related. So whenever you are writing about this migration, you're quoting, like you have written a statement, the migration trend is decreasing. Now you have to validate that statement with the help of the theories that are given by some of the scholars, some of the popular scholars. ठीक है? तो जैसे मैंने बोला, जैसे यहाँ पे क्या है, this trend is about, the trend is decreasing. There's a decrement of trend you will see in the migration. So why this decrease is there? Due to, you know, several clusters that have been formed. Now you can validate this with the help of the Jansky theory. कि Jansky की theory है about the, you know, migration, about the mobility transition and how the demographic transition is taking place. So you can quote that Jansky theory while validating your argument. ठीक है? तो definitely for, you know, such kind of information, you can't have, you know, you can't have all the information because this is a time taking thing. So for that you need a guidance. Definitely you need a guidance. ठीक है? या तो आपको कोई अच्छे से गाइड कर रहा है, तब आपके पास इतनी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत ही कम टाइम पे मिल जाती है. That is well and good. Otherwise, accumulating these information sometimes become quite time consuming. Fine. So how you have to enrich, how you have to make your answer better than others, that will definitely come when you have extra information, extra knowledge, not, you know, not unrelated knowledge, but a related knowledge. ठीक है? ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी जाके पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दो, कोई भी आर्टिकल पढ़ने. It's not like that. You have to see the previous year questions. You have to see NCERTs and how you can relate it. ठीक है? अब जैसे ये सवाल आप देख रहे हो, ये जो न्यूज है, number of domestic migrants is estimated to have lowered by 12%. Migration is in NCERT. This is in current. There is probability that question might be asked. Now you must be prepared that how you have to enrich your answer, how you have to make difference in your answer. Fine. So that will definitely give you extra marks. Now let's see some of the more 3-4 more examples I will give you, and then we'll be taking questions. Primary activities में अगर आप देखेंगे, जो मिलेट, जो पल्सेस का ईयर था, इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ पल्सेस. So this was there in the India People and Economy. Like what is the requirement of climatic requirement for the pulses to be grown, in how much area it is grown, then what is the climatic condition, what is the cropping area, and everything. All these information are exactly given in the NCERT. But during that time period, in 2016, it was also declared as the International Year of Pulses. Similarly, International Year of Millets. Millets आपके current NCERT में है, pulses भी NCERT में है, पर ये current का भी part था, है ना? तो इसी तरह से आपको फिर क्या करना है, आपको इस तरह के सवाल को तो डेफिनेटली प्रिपेयर करना ही करना है. ठीक है? सी मोर क्वेश्चंस लाइक पॉपुलेशन. Population is again a very important chapter in both the books, India People and Economy and Fundamentals of Human Geography. They are discussing about, you know, distribution, density, growth, composition. Composition becomes very important, whether you're talking about religious composition, caste composition. ठीक है? तो ये सारी चीजें important हो जाती है. And within this chapter, especially in the world population, ये वाला जो है fundamentals of human geography, they are also discussing about those pyramids, है ना, population pyramids. Now population pyramid base, it can be expanding, it can be contracting, it can be stable. So what it denotes whether the population is increasing, whether it is declining, or whether it is stable. तो वहां पे इन्होंने अच्छे से mention किया है about the decline in the fertility rate in some of the countries, like European countries, like Japan. Fine. So this is actually there in your NCERT. ठीक है? Now, continuously there was a news throughout into 2024 कि Japan की birth rate falls to record low, and then there were several other European countries जहाँ पे fertility rate decline हो रही है, people do not want to marry, then they are delaying the, you know, pregnancy and all these things. So fertility rate is declining, and hence the population is going in the negative. There's a negative growth of population. So this was in, you know, so much in news that year, 2024 mein. Throughout it was in news. So question can be expected, but what UPSC is doing? UPSC is not asking directly you that like about the fertility rate decline. they're not asking that. What they have done, they have asked this demographic winter. अब आप सोचने बैठ जाओ कि भाई डेमोग्राफिक विंटर होता क्या है. कुछ नहीं होता है भाई. This is declining in the fertility rate. Why is world is moving towards that? ठीक है. So again, once you have understood why the fertility rate is declining, the reasons can be many. Late marriages, late pregnancy, a better job opportunities for girls, ठीक है, and that development of that independency, freedom, and all these things. So you can quote all those things, but once you have understood that it is asking about declining fertility rate, उससे पहले तक तो आपको हवा ही नहीं आई कि यार इसने पूछ क्या लिया. Again, this demographic winter was mentioned in lot many article in that particular year. Lots of research have been done in this particular concept called demographic winter. Fine. So what you have to understand from this entire webinar, from this entire, PPTs and all these things which I have just discussed, NCERTs are very important. Concepts in the NCERTs are very important. Now try to link those concepts with the current affairs that are going. You don't never ever think of missing those concepts. Every concept is important. लोगों को लग रहा था साइक्लोन बहुत हो गया है तो टोर्नेडो के बारे में पूछ दिया, है ना. अब एक चीज के ऊपर जाओगे वो कुछ और पूछ देगा. वो कुछ और कहाँ से पूछ रहा है? वो कुछ और पूछ रहा है आपके एनसीईआरटी से ही और कहीं से नहीं. ठीक है, कुछ चीजें होती है करंट अफेयर का पार्ट, बट एट द सेम टाइम एनसीईआरटी प्लेज इट्स रोल. But only by studying NCERT it is not going to help you. You have to update yourself. You have to have some standard sources. You have to be updated with the current news that are going. You have to be familiar with the unfamiliar names. Okay. So for that, definitely you need a guidance. And also, you also have to understand that how you have to make a difference while writing an answer. Write a general statement, but be specific. So that is all about for, my slides. So I'll be taking now questions from all of you, so you all can discuss with me.